and thank you for joining us. Prepare yourself for an incredible scientific journey that you should never forget, and for good reason. You should never forget because the topic is memory. We're about to reveal some information that could prove to be a scientific breakthrough, and it may be one of the most important discoveries of your lifetime. A new food supplement, MEM, already the #1 infomercial product in Australia, is taking the whole world by storm. MEM stands at the crossroads of Eastern herbal medicine and Western science and could change your life. Sound too good to be true? It did to me too, until I fully understood the history and science behind the product that is destined to become a sensation here in America as well. Thousands of years ago, Vedic scriptures in India first credited the herb bacopa with increasing memory. It is said that these memory-enhancing properties were understood by spiritual leaders and teachers who gave the same herb that is in MEM to their students, enabling them to memorize the very long Sanskrit poems that were essential for the survival of the language. Herbal therapies are something relatively new in this country, but in India, people have understood herbs to be a credible alternative for thousands and thousands of years. Because of the unique memory-enhancing properties attributed to the herb in MEM, in 1951, the Central Drug Research Institute, owned by the government of India, one of the premier research institutes in the world, was directed by the Prime Minister of India, Jawaharlal Nehru, to take up a systematic and planned investigation on this herb. Their preliminary report was published in 1960, having taken several years of research and new technology to isolate the novel molecules of this plant. 2 new molecules, bacosides A and B, were discovered in the herb contained in MEM. These molecules were later shown to increase new protein synthesis in the brain cells, a process essential to memory. Scientists soon developed a process by which the active ingredient in MEM is extracted and concentrated in order to optimize MEM's memory-improving characteristics. Most importantly, they did it in a manner that is safe and tested to pass all the rigorous modern safety standards. The formulation of MEM is in accordance with the World Health Organization's Statement of Approval for Traditional Remedies. Having satisfied the World Health Organization's guidelines, the research on the active compounds in MEM was presented to the international scientific community at the Scientific International Brain Research Conference held in Germany, France, Australia, the US, and Canada. Joining us now is Dr. Raj Kumar, a pioneering medical doctor and ophthalmologist, an inventor and herbal researcher in his native India, and the man who's bringing MEM to the world. Doctor, please tell us more about the scientific research that's been done on MEM.
Thank you for the opportunity. First thing scientists did in independent research was to show that the herb in MEM improved concentration and memory in studies with animals. Confirming the traditional claims biochemically, MEM has been found to increase the enzyme protein kinase, increase the new protein synthesis, and reduce stress proteins in specific areas of the brain responsible for memory and learning. Similar memory-enhancing results were shown in a study of children with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder conducted by the Central Drug Research Institute in India. While in no way am I suggesting that MEM is a treatment or a cure for ADHD, these results were very encouraging for the scientists studying memory and learning.
A study was undertaken to evaluate the effectiveness and tolerability of MEM in children with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. This was carried out in the Department of Pediatrics, BRD Medical College in India. In this trial, a double-blind, randomized, and placebo-controlled design was employed. The data analysis revealed significant improvement in sentence repetition, logical memory, and paired associate learning following 12 weeks administration of MEM. MEM showed excellent tolerability and no treatment-related adverse effects were found. As encouraging as these memory-enhancing results are, MEM was not shown to be and is not in any way intended as treatment for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. MEM has been established by clinical trials as safe not only for average adults but for children and the elderly as well. If you have any desire to improve your memory and alertness, start by taking MEM. Isn't this amazing? Doctor, You mentioned earlier that a Nobel Prize-winning physiologist lab has also studied the properties of MEMAD.
Yes. The world-renowned Nobel Prize-winning Dr. Robert Fritchcott's laboratory in New York analyzed MEMAD for its ability to increase the synthesis of nitric oxide, a molecule which in 1992 the journal Science called Molecule of the Year. Dr. Fritchcott's laboratory indeed demonstrated that MEMAD increases the production of nitric oxide.
On the 10th of December in 1998, Dr. Fritchcott was awarded no less than the Nobel Prize in Medicine for his work with nitric oxide. That same year, Dr. Fritchcott's laboratory, during the conducting of tests on MEMAD, found it high in releasing biological nitric oxide, causing at least a 75% relaxation in aortic rings with endothelium and 10 to 15% without endothelium. What does all this mean? Well, in May of 1996, the Royal Society and Association of British Science Writers published a paper on nitric oxide, calling it the marvel of the decade. The article talks about nitric oxide's positive effects on blood circulation, lungs, liver, kidneys, and the immune system. It goes on to state nitric oxide is associated with learning and memory. So there are the scientific facts. It was also impressive that MEMAD was introduced to the world and endorsed by the Prime Minister of India, P.V. Narasimha Rao, head of one of the largest democracies in the world.
We know, sir, the enormous demands on your time. Not only CSR, but the entire scientific community appreciates your kind gesture today. I say, sir, the entire scientific community, since the nation is celebrating the Science Day today, is the Brahmi extract memory enhancer, which is standardized on bactericide content and biological activities based on Brahmi herb. For improvement of memory and quickening of the learning process, I'm sure it would prove useful for old and young alike. Our partners in this grand endeavor have been Velvet International Pharma.
We may have taken 2,000, 3,000 years, but what we have produced in 2,000 or 3,000 years has its own lasting value. Anyone suffering from anything, the Vaidya, would just go and get that particular leaf or herb or whatever it is, or bark of the tree, just there, and that would be administered to us in a raw form. Now maybe you are doing it in a more purified form, in a more processed form, in a more scientifically immunized form. Now we are trying for the first time to bring into one package all this. I would congratulate all of you for what you have made and what you are really going to popularize in the whole world. Please keep it up, and we are with you. Thank you very much.
Two former prime ministers and India's science minister, Dr. Alag, also use and enthusiastically endorse MEMAD. That is why other foreign dignitaries, like the #2 man in South Africa, Dr. Buthelezi, head of Natal and secretary of the Zulus, is now taking MEMAD every day. Former Indian Prime Ministers Chandrasekhar and I.K. Gujral are also disciples. From Nobel Prize winners to students, chess and sports champions to prime ministers, they all agree, MEMAD is a memory marvel. Spiritual leader to millions around the world, Sai Baba gives it his blessing and provides MEMAD to his pupils. Hardly a day goes by without the newspapers running a story about MEMAD's amazing memory-enhancing abilities. International chess grandmaster Viswanathan Anand uses and endorses MEMAD. But MEMAD isn't just taken by chess champions and world leaders. Because MEMAD is completely natural, it is also distributed in schools to help children with their studies. And even the prestigious international publication Time magazine devoted a cover article to this incredible phenomenon, saying of MEMAD, all across India, school children are popping little green and yellow pills and claiming better grades as a result. Balding executives insist they are regaining lost hair as their memories improve. The country's science minister only half-jokingly prescribes the capsules for all the members of parliament. And now people worldwide are discovering the benefits of MEMAD. Take the example of Anthony, a student in Sydney, Australia.
Well, of course I was sceptical at the start. I didn't think that any tablet could ever help me. But then after taking it, after my mum persisting that I take it, I kept taking it. And after about a month, I could actually sit down and study. And then the next day, I'd remember what I studied the night before. And I'd never had it for me before. And like, I'd come to class the next day and I remember my maths formulas, all my quotes for English, all my biology work. It was just great. But in exams, like, before I started taking MEMAD, I was all nervous and I was tutoring thinking, what happens if I have a memory block? I won't be able to, like, perform. But after taking MEMAD, you get there and you know the work. You sit down, you're calm, and when it comes to the crunch, you can write down your maths formulas and your English quotes and everything you need to know. It's all there.
And did you get good marks?
Yeah, I came from coming third last in the grade to the top 3.5% in the state.
Really?
Yeah.
Did they not think you might be cheating then?
Yeah, they thought I was cheating. They must have, because, like, all of a sudden, it just started coming on. It was great.
Another Australian, football superstar Adam Ritson, says he believes wholeheartedly in MEMAD, as seen here on the network television program Good Morning Australia.
Adam Ritson, the prop most likely to succeed, had just been signed by Parramatta for more than $1 million.
It's been good for me, I remember a lot of things now, and before my memory wasn't much good, and it's helped me out a great deal.
Apart from obviously finding something which is quite amazing, you've also got a top aunt too, haven't you? But to come across something like this, it must have been just awe-inspiring for you too.
It just seems something that we should share with others, because there are a lot of people with memory problems.
Well, I'm no scientist, but I think the evidence speaks for itself. The results are nothing short of incredible. Think, just by taking an herbal supplement, you can improve your memory. After all the evidence you've seen and heard today, you be the judge. But I'm absolutely convinced.
අතීතයේ අපේ මුතුන් මිත්තෝ රෝගාබාධ සුව කර ගැනීම සඳහා ස්වභාවික ඖෂධ පැලෑටි භාවිතා කළහ. අතීත ඉන්දියන් හිමාල අඩවියේ වැවුණු බ්‍රහ්මීය පැලෑටි භාවිතා කිරීමෙන් තම මතක ශක්තිය පුදුම ලෙස වැඩි දියුණු වන බව අත්දුටහ. බ්‍රහ්මීය පැලෑටියේ ඖෂධීය ගුණාංග නිස්සාරණය කොට තැනූ මෙමරි ප්ලස් වර්තමානයේ බොහෝ දෙනා තම මතක ශක්තිය වැඩි දියුණු කර ගැනීමට භාවිතා කරනවා. මගේ ජීවිතය වඩාත් සාර්ථක කරේ මෙමරි ප්ලස්. මෙමරි ප්ලස් ස්වභාවික වන ඖෂධය මතකය පුබුදයි, ධාරණය වඩවයි.